Milwaukee Police Department, North Shore Fire Department, Milwaukee Fire Department as well. After that, our officers made entry, Milwaukee TAC team made entry into the apartment and cleared the scene. At this time, we have 3 people who are deceased, 1 who is injured, including the suspect. There's a male white, 31 years of age, who is deceased, a female black, 23 years old, who's deceased, and the suspect is a male black, 26 years old and deceased. And the individual shot in the leg is a male black, 36-year-old male black. It appears that it started as a domestic dispute between 2 people, which led to the incident. At this time, the scene is safe. There's no other suspects that we are looking for. There's no harm or reason to believe that there's anybody else that is going to pose a threat to our community. And I'll take any questions at this point.
Did it appear the shooter knew everyone involved?
So clearly the investigation is still going. We have, I should also mention that the investigation is being conducted by the Milwaukee Area Investigative Team, being led by Wauwatosa Police Department. While no officers from our agency or the North Shore agencies or any other agency fired their weapon, we brought the Milwaukee Area Investigative Team in to help us conduct it, just because of the magnitude of the crime scene. And so they are conducting the investigation, along with Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigations and the Crime Lab. They are right now are currently doing that investigation. I also want to indicate that the apartment building has been found to be safe and secure. And we are at this point, I don't know all the relationships of all the victims involved. We know at least 2 knew each other.
What is the condition on the injured?
Non-life-threatening injuries, I believe he might have already been released from the hospital.
And you said 2 people know each other and it started as domestic. Do you have any idea how these other people got involved and got injured?
No, I mean, the best we can tell is people were trying to help out. And, you know, our officers, when they arrived, the suspect was on the 2nd floor balcony firing at our officers. They actually hit our canine squad. Thankfully, the canine was not struck. The vehicle was struck, but not the dog or any of our officers. So I'm very thankful for that. I want to say that I'm very proud of our department, of all the people that responded today. I want to especially thank the Milwaukee Police Department, who responded quickly and were of the utmost help to us in this investigation, as well as many others. But initially, they were very helpful to us.
Parents torn apart by the death of their child. 23-year-old Ariana Reed was one of the victims shot and killed Saturday at the Park Plaza Apartments in Brown Deer.
They lost a star, a shining star, precious rare diamond. She was everything to us.
Reed leaves behind her 2-year-old son, Egypt. Family tells 12 News she shared that child with the suspected shooter, who police say shot and killed himself.
What I admire most about her is that she was an awesome mother.
Good job.
It deeply saddens us that her son will not be able to see that spirit anymore.
Yes.
Reed's mother says Ariana was no longer in a relationship with the suspect and moved out just a few days ago. They say she still wanted to co-parent, telling 12 News she went to drop their child off to be with his dad at the apartments. They never imagined she wouldn't make it home.
My husband and I got a phone call around 10 in the morning, and it was him saying, "It's over, come get Egypt now."
That call came from the suspect.
From my understanding is when she dropped him off and as she was leaving, he shot her from the balcony and then ended up shooting the 2 people that was trying to help our daughter. Yeah. So we believed that if they would have gotten her help, she still would have been with us.
Yes.
Her child is safe and now living with his grandparents.
What do you want Egypt to grow up to be?
Like her,
Yes.
to be caring, loving.
At this time, it's unclear if the other shooting victims knew the suspect or if they were just trying to help. In Brown Deer, Courtney Sisk, WISN 12.
So hi you guys, I'm sure you've heard of this story that was out here a couple of days ago. The guy went live on Facebook after he not only killed his child's mother, but the two neighbors that were trying to assist her. Well, he only killed one neighbor, and the other one he shot him in the leg, and he survived. And then, of course, he committed suicide, so that's 3 people. My whole thing, I wanted to just kind of look into the situation before I just threw a video up about this, because I know some people just, they don't want to hear anyone speak up about it because a lot of people are not saying anything. But I do think that something needs to give with this music. The images, something just not right about the stuff that is getting uploaded and that's pushed, and not just these streaming services, these quote unquote supposed to be black blogs as well, and the other streaming media services. Don't make me start calling no names, black owned and not. These people should not be allowed to, it's just no. People should not reap benefits from glorifying killing people. Like, sorry. These imaginary ops, these imaginary enemies that just happen to look just like you. Somebody needs to say something about all of this stuff, because it's not okay. And I'm bringing this up because it played a part in this person's life while he was here. He was only 26 years of age, and this young woman was 23. I believe the baby is 2 or almost 2 or somewhere in there. He, I guess 2 or 3 years ago, was trying to get a music career off the ground. They're classifying him as a mixtape rapper. And I see that some of his videos are here on YouTube and probably on some other platforms as well. This stuff is not okay, and people, when you're seeing people act out in these ways in these videos, clearly this is something that's really playing in their mind. So I don't understand why you think this is okay. So if somebody can explain that to me, please do. I don't get that, and I'm talking to everyone across the board, but especially to black men, because not only could this have been your son, you could have been one of these men who were put in a situation where you're trying to help this young woman. The young woman could have been your daughter. As you can see in this video, she has a black father. It's just, it's too much. I don't understand why people have time to talk about all this other foolishness, but you don't have time to talk about the fact that you're allowing young children, young people, to glorify dying and killing themselves. Because in his videos, that's all it is. I mean, people should have already saw this coming before it even happened. And he even says in the video, which I wasn't going to put that video up, the video where he went live on Facebook, because I do think that we need to stop that as well. People should not be putting these videos up, guys, acting out in like this, and then acting like that's okay to sit out in the world and do that. If you have issues, be a man and go and get the help that you need. And your family should be telling you that, your friends, your coworkers, anyone who needs to tell you that. Everybody should be informing you of that. He spoke in 2020 saying that he was dealing with paranoia and PTSD. I feel like people should have been asking him if he was okay. According to his cousin, he probably was going through some other things like right before this situation happened. So there were other things going on, but that doesn't excuse his behavior. Because if he knew that he had PTSD and had paranoia issues, that he sounds like he was clinically diagnosed with those things. They should have given him the resources and how to get the help that he need when he went to the doctor to get diagnosed. So I don't, I just think these conversations are bigger than us just creating these short videos about it and saying, oh, look, this just happened, right? When you see the music videos, you see all this violence that's being depicted in these music videos. I think that stuff is a sign. It's a sign. I understand that the nurse who killed the ex-wife and the girlfriend, the way that he was living his life was very different from Lavelle's, but it's still the same thing because there were signs that he had issues, because the ex-wife was already taking steps to try to get restraining orders, and she had already informed the court system that he was acting out in a violent way. And of course the girlfriend as well. That's why he got upset, because the girlfriend then verified what the ex-wife was saying by also making a police report. So he was acting out in a violent way. He just did not have a record. Lavelle didn't have like an extensive record. To my understanding, he had a gun charge back in 2020, but because of COVID, his court date kept moving. And so he was never in front of a judge for those gun charges, because he should not have had the gun in his possession that he had in his possession with that charge already out there. But because he had gone to court, and I guess they didn't, the judge did not order him to get rid of the guns, he still had the gun in his possession. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I don't care what people don't want to hear. This comes back to this music and these cowards. They got everything to say about blaming women and blaming this and blaming that, but they don't know how to speak up and talk to the right people about this music, about these images. I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand it at all. That's my opinion. There's no one else to blame. I think that Black men really have to look at themselves and start asking real questions about what are we promoting, what are we saying. And yeah, we are responsible, because not speaking up, this could be your daughter the next time, right? Because it seems that this is becoming a reoccurring theme. It could be your daughter, it could be your granddaughter, or your mother. Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments, and if you get what I'm saying, because it's just too much that was playing out with all of this for me. And the two guys that tried to help her, God bless them and their families. I know the one guy, the black guy who lived under him, is still alive, but he was shot in the leg. And then the white guy who got out and tried to assist her and get her in the car was shot, and he ended up dying at the hospital. I don't know what to say. I just think that it becomes all of our problems when we can find ourselves in this situation where we're walking up on something like this happening as well, like those two gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think about the story in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.